Get ready to smile! Okay, have you ever seen a hamster stuff its cheeks full of food? I mean, it's like they have these magical expandable pouches that could rival a grocery bag. Seriously, one minute they're these tiny little things, and the next, bam! Puffy cheeks for life. It's like they're trying to smuggle snacks into a movie theater, except way cuter. You can't help but laugh. They look like tiny, fluffy chipmunks. Hamsters are like the vampires of the rodent world, except instead of craving blood, they crave running on their wheels at 3 a.m. You know that sound, right? That little that starts up just as you're about to drift off to sleep? Yeah, that's your hamster getting their nightly workout in. They're like tiny marathon runners, except their track is circular and they run in circles all night long. So, hamsters might be adorable, but they're not exactly winning any eyesight awards. They're a bit like, well, me trying to find my glasses in the morning. But don't worry, they make up for their less than perfect vision with their incredible sense of smell and touch. They're like tiny furry detectives using their noses and whiskers to navigate their world. They're basically the Sherlock Holmes of the hamster cage. Chapter 4. Tiny Athletes, Big Miles. Okay, get this. Those little hamsters, the ones who are like 5 inches long, can run up to 5 miles in a single night. That's like running a marathon. Every night. I can barely make it to the fridge without getting winded. They're like tiny furry Olympians, except their sport is wheel running, and their reward is more sunflower seeds. Talk about motivation. Chapter 5. Escape Artists Extraordinaire. You know how they say, if there's a will, there's a way? Well, with hamsters, it's more like, if there's a will and a gap the size of a dime, they're out of there. Seriously, these little guys are masters of escape. They can squeeze through the tiniest of spaces, and they're always plotting their next great adventure. It's like living with a furry little Houdini. Chapter 6. Living Life to the Fullest. Now here's the thing about hamsters. They're not exactly known for their long lifespans, but you know what? What they lack in years, they more than make up for in zest for life. They're like little furry reminders that we should all embrace every moment and live life to the fullest, even if it's just running on a wheel all night. At Chapter 7. Independent and oh so content. Hamsters are a lot like me when it comes to sharing, not so much. They're solitary creatures, which means they're perfectly happy living the single life in their own little bachelor pads. They're independent, self-sufficient, and they don't need anyone to tell them how to live their best hamster lives. They're basically tiny, furry role models for anyone who's ever wanted to embrace their inner introvert. Don't let those beady little eyes fool you. Hamsters are actually pretty smart cookies. They can learn their names, they can be potty trained, imagine that, and they can even learn a few tricks. I'm talking about rolling over, playing fetch, well, sort of, and maybe even jumping through a tiny hoop if you're lucky. They're like the overachievers of the rodent world. Okay, so maybe this one isn't as glamorous as the others, but it's important to know hamsters have scent glands, and they're not afraid to use them. They use these glands to mark their territory, which is basically their way of saying, this is my space, and you're welcome to admire it from afar. It's like their version of putting up a keep out sign, only instead of a sign, it's a scent. If you're looking for a low-maintenance, endlessly entertaining, and surprisingly cuddly pet, look no further than the humble hamster. They're great for kids, they're great for adults, and they're basically little furry bundles of joy on 4 legs. Just be prepared for some late-night wheel running, some impressive cheek stuffing, and maybe a few escape attempts along the way. Well, there you have it, folks. 10 fun facts about hamsters that are guaranteed to brighten your day. I hope you learned something new, I hope you laughed a little, and I hope you're now considering adopting a hamster of your very own. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below telling me your favorite hamster fact, and subscribe for more adorable animal antics. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep on laughing.